Aguinaldo, E. Fami, March 22, 1869 to February 6, 1964, was a Filipino revolutionary, statesman, and military leader who is the youngest president of the Philippines, year 1899 to 1901, and became the first president of the Philippines and of an Asian constitutional republic. He led the Philippine forces first against Spain in the Philippine Revolution, year 1896 to 1898. Then in the Spanish-American War, year 1898. And finally against the United States during the Philippine-American War, year 1899 to 1901. First President of the Philippines, President of the Tejeros Convention, President of the Biak na Bato Republic, Dictator of the Dictatorial Government, President of the Revolutionary Government, President of the First Philippine Republic. Aguinaldo remains as a controversial figure in Filipino history, though he has been recommended as a national hero of the Philippines. Many have criticized him for the deaths of the revolutionary leader Andres Bonifacio and General Antonio Luna, as well with his collaboration with the Japanese Empire during their occupation of the Philippines in World War II.
Manuel Luis Quezon was the first president of Commonwealth of the Philippines. He prepared the groundwork for the Philippine independence in 1946. Manuel Quezon was born August 19, 1878, to Lucio Quezon and Maria Molina, both school teachers in Baler, Tayabas Province in Luzon. Manuel enrolled at the San Juan de la Tern College, after which he was appointed lecturer at the University of Santo Tomas. There he studied law, but his studies were interrupted by outbreak of Spanish-American War. Quezon was considered bright but lazy, but when he joined the revolutionary forces of General Emilio Aguinaldo during the revolution against Spain, Quezon displayed his fearless, bold, and quick-tempered style of fighting. He was promoted from private major until in 1899. He surrendered to Americans, spent 6 months in jail, and then returned to Manila.
Jose Paciano Laurel E. Garcia, March 9, 1891 to November 6, 1959, was a Filipino politician, lawyer, and judge who served as the president of the Japanese-occupied Second Philippine Republic, a puppet state during World War II, from 1943 to 1945. Since the administration of President Diosdado Macapagal, year 1961 to 1965, Laurel has been officially recognized by later administration as a former president of the Philippines. Sergio Osmeña Sr., September 9, 1878 to October 19, 1961, was a Filipino lawyer and politician who served as the fourth president of the Philippines from 1944 to 1946. He was vice president under Manuel L. Quezon, upon Quezon's sudden death in 1944. Osmeña succeeded him at the age of 65, becoming the oldest person to assume the Philippine presidency until Rodrigo Duterte took office in 2016 at the age 71. A founder of the Nacionalista Party, Osmeña was also the first Visayan to become president. Manuel Rojas E. Acuña, January 1, 1892 to April 15, 1948, was a Filipino lawyer and politician who served as the fifth president of the Philippines, from 1946 until his death due to a heart attack in 1948. He served briefly as the third and last president of the Commonwealth of the Philippines, from May 28, 1946 to July 4, 1946, and became the first president of the independent Third Philippine Republic after the United States ceded its sovereignty over the Philippines. Elpidio Quirino E. Rivera, November 16, 1890 to February 29, 1956, was a Filipino lawyer and politician who served as the sixth president of the Philippines from 1948 to 1953. A lawyer by profession, Quirino entered politics when he became a representative of Ilocos Sur from 1919 to 1925. He was then elected as a senator from 1925 to 1935. In 1934, he became a member of the Philippine Independence Commission that was sent to Washington, D.C. which secured the passage of Tydings-McDuffie Act to the United States Congress. In 1935, he was also elected to the 1935 Constitutional Convention that drafted the 1935 Philippine Constitution for the newly established Philippine Commonwealth. In the new government, he served as Secretary of the Interior and Finance under the cabinet of President Manuel Alcázar. Ramon Del Fierro Magsaysay Sr., August 31, 1907 to March 17, 1957, was a Filipino statesman who served as the 7th President of the Philippines from December 30, 1953, until his death in an aircraft disaster on March 17, 1957. An automobile mechanic by profession, Magsaysay was appointed military governor of Zambales after his outstanding service as guerrilla leader during the Pacific War. He then served 2 terms as Liberal Party congressman for Zambales at-large district before being appointed Secretary of National Defense by President Elpidio Quirino. He was elected president under the banner of the Nacionalista Party. He was the first Philippine president born in the 20th century and the first to be born after the Spanish colonial era. Carlos Palestico Garcia, November 4, 1896 to June 14, 1971, was a Filipino teacher, poet, orator, lawyer, public official, political economist, guerrilla and Commonwealth military leader who was the 8th President of the Philippines. A lawyer by profession, Garcia entered politics when he became representative of Bohol's 3rd District in the House of Representatives. He then served as a senator from 1945 to 1953. In 1953, he was the running mate of Ramon Magsaysay in the 1953 presidential election. He then served as vice president from 1953 to 1957. After the death of Magsaysay in March 1957, he succeeded to the presidency. He won a full term in the 1957 presidential election. He ran for a second full term as president in the 1961 presidential election and was defeated by Vice President Diosdado Macapagal. Diosdado Pangan Macapagal Sr., September 28, 1910 to April 21, 1997, was a Filipino lawyer, poet, and politician who served as the 9th President of the Philippines, serving from 1961 to 1965, and the 6th Vice President, serving from 1957 to 1961. He also served as a member of the House of Representatives and headed the Constitutional Convention of 1970. He was the father of Gloria Macapagal Arroyo, who followed his path as President of the Philippines from 2001 to 2010.
Ferdinand Emmanuel Edralin Marcos Sr. was a Filipino politician who went on to serve as the President of the country for 21 years. Marcos' father was lawyer and politician in his own right, and he followed his father's footsteps both in terms of his choice of education as well as a career choice. Marcos had brushed in with the law early on his life when he was accused of being involved in murder of one of his father's political opponents but managed defend himself after acquitted. He served in the army during the Second World War, used that stint campaigning tools at the time of his first presidential campaign.
Maria Corazon Cory Sumulong Cojuangco Aquino, January 25, 1933 to August 1, 2009, was a Filipino politician who served as the 11th President of the Philippines from 1986 to 1992. She was the most prominent figure of the 1986 People Power Revolution, which ended the 2-decade rule of President Ferdinand Marcos and led to the establishment of the current Democratic Fifth Philippine Republic.
General Valdez Ramos, popularly known as FVR and Eder Ramos, was a Filipino general and politician who has served as the 12th President of the Philippines from 1992 to 1998. He was the only career military officer who reached the rank of 5-star general and Admiral de Jure, rising from Second Lieutenant Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces. Ramos was widely credited and admired by the many of revitalizing and renewing international confidence in the Philippine economy during his 6 years in office. He is third oldest to assume presidency, together with the current 17th President Bongbong Marcos, next to Sergio Osmeña and Rodrigo Duterte.
Joseph Ejercito Estrada, born Jose Marcelo Ejercito, April 19, 1937, also known by the nickname Arab, is a Filipino politician and former actor. He served as the 13th President of the Philippines from 1998 to 2001, the 9th Vice President of the Philippines from 1992 to 1998, and the 26th Mayor of the City of Manila, the country's capital, from 2013 to 2019. In 2001, he became the first chief executive in Asia to be formally impeached and resign from power. At the age of 85, he is currently the oldest living former Philippine president.
Maria Gloria Macaraeg Macapagal Arroyo. Born April 5, 1947. Often referred to by her initials PGMA and GMA. Is a Filipino academic and politician who previously served as the 14th President of the Philippines from 2001 to 2010. She is currently serving in the Congress as Deputy Speaker since 2022. She is the longest-serving President of the Philippines since Ferdinand Marcos. Before her accession to the presidency, she served as the 10th Vice President of the Philippines from 1998 to 2001 under President Joseph Estrada, making her the country's first female Vice President. Despite having run on an opposing ticket, she was also a senator from 1992 to 1998. After her presidency, she was elected as the representative of Pampanga's 2nd District in 2010 and later became the Speaker of the House of Representatives from 2018 until her retirement in 2019. She later came out of retirement to be elected as representative of the same district in 2022. She is one of the only 2 Filipinos to hold at least 3 of the 4 highest offices in the country: Vice President, President, and House Speaker, alongside former President Sergio Osmeña.
Benigno Simeon Cojuangco Aquino, February 8, 1960 to June 24, 2021, also known as Noynoy Aquino and colloquially as Pinoy, was a Filipino politician who served as the 15th President of the Philippines from 2010 to 2016. The son of assassinated politician Benigno Aquino Jr. and the 11th President Corazon Aquino. He was a 4th-generation politician as part of the Aquino family of Tarlac.
Rodrigo Roa Duterte. Born March 28, 1945. Also known as Digong, Rodi, and by the initials Duterte and PRRD. Is a Filipino lawyer and politician who served as the 16th President of the Philippines from 2016 to 2022. He is the chairperson of PDP Laban, the ruling political party in the Philippines during his presidency. Duterte is the first president of the Philippines to be born Mindanao and is the oldest person to assume office, beginning his term at age 71. Born in Maasin, Leyte, now in southern Leyte, Duterte moved to Davao as a child where his father, Vicente Duterte, served as provincial governor. He studied political science at the Lyceum of the Philippines University, graduating in 1968, before obtaining a law degree from San Beda College of Law in 1972. He then worked as a lawyer and was a prosecutor for Davao City, before becoming vice mayor and subsequently mayor of the city in the wake of the 1986 People Power Revolution. Duterte won 7 terms and served as mayor of Davao for over 22 years, during which the one crime-ridden city became peaceful and investor-friendly.
Ferdinand Bongbong Romualdez Marcos Jr. Born September 13, 1957, commonly referred to by the initials PBBM or BBM, is a Filipino politician who is the 17th and current President of the Philippines. He previously served as a senator from 2010 to 2016. He is the second child and only son of the 10th President and Dictator Ferdinand Marcos Sr. and former First Lady Imelda Romualdez Marcos.